make another video, and this video is pretty much gonna be about how I catfished my school. I feel like I need to look that up just to make sure I'm not being too extra. Someone who pretends to be someone they're not, using Facebook or social media to create false what? False identities, particularly to pursue deceptive online romances. Okay, I just created a false identity with a friend of mine. We went to this really fucked up high school. Like, I have 1,000,001 stories from that school, and I could probably write a book about that school in the 3 years that I was there. So basically, I don't really know how it started, but there was this hate page called Look Here Gramercy. Like, and Gramercy was our high school. So of course it added all of us, and whoever it didn't added the page because we were all confused, like, what is this? And it was basically like a gossip slam page. Like, they would basically take submissions from people who wanted to talk shit and make it anonymous and post it to humiliate whoever. I think they were threatening to post like personal stuff about people. It was pretty crazy. So I immediately approached this person and I messaged them and I'm like, what's the point of this? And I'm gonna link some pictures of like the conversation. I don't think I have the whole conversation anymore, but you'll see what was said. So basically this person was crazy, and I called a friend of mine and I was like, I really want to dox this guy. If you guys don't know what doxing is, that basically means, and you should not do this to people, but it basically means you find out their address, their name, their parents' names, where they work, where they lived, where they were born, their whole entire life, and you put that shit on blast. Their phone number, what they did, anything like that. What I was planning on doing is just getting all the information to find out who was behind the page. So they tracked the IP address to someone who is in Manhattan, and that was already helpful because we have kids coming in from all over the place. So it's not really like, oh, it could be anyone. There were only a few people in Gramercy that lived in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like Harlem or getting closer to the Bronx. It was like the city. So I was just like, okay. My friend gave me the information, said that it was a male, and I don't know. I went to my dean at the time and I gave him all this information and I told everyone what I found out, and he was like in a group and they kicked him out. Like, Subu, if you're watching this, that shit is still funny. He was like in a little clique, if you will, and they just deaded him, like, goodbye. And he transferred out. He brought that on himself because he shouldn't be doing that. But how I got involved even more is I was sort of repulsed by the page that he made, because in the past there have been like exposing smuts pages, and I was really afraid of it turning into that, or people getting ideas to recreate that, because there was a scandal at our school. There's a whole bunch of shit happening, so a lot of girls were at risk. I confronted this one friend, well, not confronted, but consulted with him, if you will, and basically I told him that I wanted to make a love page. Since there was a hate page, I wanted to make a love page where we take submissions of people who are possibly too shy to say nice things to people, and we put it out there and everyone feels good. And when I made the page, everyone was like, who the fuck is this? Like, I'll show more screenshots. and it was just so hilarious. Some people thought it was weird and creepy. They wanted to know who was running the page, and when I was writing on it, I would be like, I prefer to keep myself anonymous, and they were like, that's hella creepy. And maybe it is, but I didn't feel like my identity would have helped the situation. Like, if they knew that me, Taylor, was making this, no one would listen. But because it was someone anonymous, maybe they would actually take what I said into consideration. So I would say stuff like, have a good day, like, there are tests coming up, hope you guys get enough rest, wishing well on people's relationships and their upcoming accomplishments, and saying this girl's pretty or this guy is really attractive, or just like simple stuff, just like really nice things. And people were just submitting things for their friends, and we were all really chill about it. And eventually I stopped going on because I didn't feel like we needed it anymore. Like, we all like went past that, and the page, the original hate page, was taken down. So I just stopped going on, and I never really told anyone. Like, I told a few people that I was behind the page, but to a lot of people have no idea still to this day in 2015 that I was the one who did that. So to all my Gramercy friends, I was behind that. I cooked that up with someone else in Gramercy who is also very kind, and I hope he's doing well. So I don't know, I thought that it would help people, and honestly it did. I got a lot of messages from people saying how much it helped them and how good they felt, and that they were happy that something like this was around, because something as hateful as the other page was making them not feel safe. So I think I did a good thing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any similar stories or anything. Like, if you have any crazy stories at all, leave them in the comments.